Now let's focus on education. Now the computerized school selection and placement system, the CSSPS, is ready to place some candidates who sat for the 2015 B.E.C.E. Now we're told that about 438,000 candidates registered for the B.E.C.E. this year, and the preparation, we are told, is underway, and very soon that process of getting them placed through the computer system should be kicking off. To speak to us on this, we have Kwesi Anochi. He is the acting national coordinator of the computerized school selection and placement systems, and I would want to find out from him how far they've come and what are some of the immediate challenges they've had and how they intend to deal with that. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. To start with, have you been able to identify the vacancies in the secondary schools, and how do you intend filling these vacancies?
Okay. Good afternoon. Thanks for the opportunity. Every year, the vacancy issue comes up, and it's one of the major data we need before we can do the placement.
Right.
So our Director for Secondary Education every year issues letters throughout to all the senior high schools, technical and vocational institutes, and the senior high heads will in turn submit this data. As I talk to you now, we've received over 85% of the vacancies from all the senior high schools and technical and vocational institutes. So we are preparing ourselves for it, and as soon as WAEC releases the results, we will be ready to also do the placement accordingly.
Do you have a problem with the numbers, and would you say this current number we have, which is the 438,030 candidates, is the highest you've worked with so far?
Yeah, so far, every year, the candidature increases by a margin of 5 to 10% every year. And because of that, we also try as much as possible to fill in the vacancies that are created by the senior high heads. So we always meet them and discuss issues with them. We let them know the numbers involved, and they also make adjustments in the intake of the first years. Under the normal Ministry of Education guidelines, every student per class is supposed to be between 45 to 50, but sometimes we make adjustments. And with the addition of the new senior high schools coming on board also, we will be able to place as many as possible of these candidates into the senior high and technical and vocational schools. Okay.
When parents come and say they chose secondary school A or secondary school B, but the awards didn't get them, what processes do you go through to ensure that maybe they get what they really asked for, or they are sent elsewhere?
Yeah, you see, placement is purely based on merit. And before we do the placement, we ask candidates, parents, and the general public concerned to choose schools from first choice to the fourth choice. So the maximum number of schools you can choose is 4. Many a times, parents only rely on the first choice school. So if the child, per his or her performance, don't get the first choice school, then they raise issues that he or she didn't get any school at all.
Okay.
So to curb these situations, as I talk to you now, we've given parents the opportunity, and candidates as well, to confirm their choices, to get to know the 4 schools that you chose before we even do the placement. So if you get any of the 4 schools and you come back to us that you don't like such a school, we will not be able to help you. We do changes based on 2 major reasons. It should be either a health issue or you are being transferred from where you are to another place. And in all these situations, you have to provide evidence to us that, yes, this is the health issue, this is the doctor's report, so I can't go to the school I chose earlier. Bring me to a school that is closer to my health facility. And in the transfer also, you must provide a letter of transfer. Apart from these 2 major reasons, we will not change any school you yourself have chosen.
Okay, and finally, we know that this is the first time B.E.C.E. candidates are going to resit if they are unable to make it. How does that fit into your scheme of affairs?
Yeah, we've made provisions for them. We had about 1,800 candidates sitting for the private B.E.C.E. We've made provision for any of them that will want to pursue senior higher education, technical or vocational education, will have to pick a form at our headquarters, Ghana Education Service headquarters. Just fill the form and let us know the 4 schools you want to go. We have the same program for those who couldn't go to school also last year, last 2 years, or last 3 years. So if you're a B.E.C.E candidate and you completed JHS in 2014, 2013, and 2012, and by one or two reasons you couldn't further your education, we still have room for you. Okay. Just walk into the Ghana Education Service, pick a form, and let us know the 4 schools you want to go. We will place you accordingly.
All right. We would have to leave it here for now and see how it rolls out in the coming days. Thank you very much. I've been speaking with Kwesi Anoche. He is the acting national coordinator of the Computerized School Selection and Placement System, CSSPS, and he's helped us understand what goes into the placement of the awards who have just completed the B.E.C.E.